crossing into Cambodia was an adventure, which this journey is. We had tried one crossing only to be told we had to turn round and go to the other crossing on the other side. Thai side required different documentation than previous crossings, and then the Cambodia side required an online customs form. Do you know, every crossing appears to be different, and so we certainly can't always assume what's going to happen. But what we do know is that every crossing we have been greeted and helped by many a friendly, smiley official, of which we are really grateful for. When we reached Siem Reap, it didn't take us long to organise a guide and set off exploring the famous Angkor Wat and the temples. We visited 3 main temples, and of course the main one being Angkor Wat, which actually means City of Temples. Angkor Wat is a Hindu-Buddhist temple complex, and it is said to be the largest religious structure in the world. It sits on an area that measures about 162 hectares, and we spent a good 2 hours with our excellent guide, who shared the detailed history of this magnificent structure. It was originally constructed as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu. Gradually, it was transformed into a Buddhist temple. It took 28 years to build. It is the symbol of Cambodia, and Angkor Wat is also depicted in the national flag. We then headed to the Bayon temple, where we were greeted by a line of statues, each with a different facial emotion. This temple was built in the 12th century, and it's famous for its very distinctive smiling stone faces. It was the last temple to be built in this area, and it is one of the most popular because of the 200 plus faces on the 37 towers. It's a Buddhist temple, and always has been, and was built by King Javaman VII. It was actually the last state temple to be built, and the only one dedicated to Buddha. We were heading to our last temple, Ta Phrom. This one is famous for being the location for the filming of Tomb Raider back in 2000. The temple was built for the king's mother and his family, and it was built without mortar, so when it became abandoned, the trees in the surrounding area seemed to take over the ruins, and now it's as if the trees are a part of the temple.
Okay, so this is a very famous film. Do you know this film? Angelina Jolie?
That's not the name, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. So this is for Abby and the girls. Tomb Raider was filmed here. See if you can remember the shot.
There is still renovations going on and much discussion as to whether restoration should take place with or without the trees. Should they be chopped down or remain part of the historic feature? No doubt the locals have their own thoughts. We personally loved this temple. It was much more tranquil, perhaps because there were less tourists. We even met up with some Buddhist monks who had come to visit and find out more about the history of the temple themselves. We also explored the city of Siem Reap, and the ideal way is to jump in a tuk-tuk and head towards the city before the sun sets. When you ride a tuk-tuk, you get to see the street life and how people go about their day-to-day. If you're lucky, the driver will share a little bit of local knowledge with you. Once we were dropped off, we could wander the streets of the city. We could explore the alleyways, meander through the markets. The stores in the market do vary, with some selling local produce from the local farms, and there were stalls selling then handmade goods for the tourists to take away as mementos of their stay. You can barter, of course, for your purchases, as many of the stalls do sell similar items. We did enjoy the vibe of the city and the markets before the sun set, and we found a little Welsh pub down an alleyway. After our meandering, the light was fading, our stomachs were rumbling. It was time to find a place to rest our legs and enjoy a meal. The choice was endless. The lights were now lit up, the streets were filling up as we made our way to the very popular Pub Street.
Right, Cambodia is not what we thought.
Not at all, but
What did you think it would be?
not like, not so touristy, not the bright lights of a city. I mean, it's like, feels like we're in the middle of a massive city, like London or somewhere, with all the lights lit up, and I don't know, it just feels...
But this is Siem Reap.
Yes, so we have only been here 48 hours, so I can't, like, the border crossing was nothing like this.
Yeah.
It was a very
That's at Poi Pet.
old town, very run down, very so much traffic for a long time, and it felt Asian. Now this doesn't feel Asian to me. This feels very sparkly.
Well, give us another couple of days and I think we'll go back to less sparkly.
There's a reason we're here, and that's to see Angkor Wat and the temples. And I knew that they were famous. I knew that they were popular, but I didn't think I'd be walking down a street in Cambodia and the Asian faces with the odd ones out. That's how it.
We finished the night with a walk through the local areas with no bustling tourists. What would you prefer? Hope you enjoyed the journey. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.